Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Walkathon Wednesday, where we promote good health and exploration of the city on foot, the best way to do so. Today's walk is going to be the last one of the year, and that is because for the next couple weeks, up until the end of the year, I'm going to be traveling pretty extensively, so I won't be here. More on that later. So I really wanted this walk to offer a comprehensive contrast to all of the walks that we've done previously, looking at different parts of town. So I've decided that today we are going to tackle downtown LA, which is an area we haven't done yet. As some of you may know, I'm very well familiar with downtown already, as I do work here on a lot of different projects, and I live very close to here. But there's a lot of good stuff to see here, and so I have designed a route today that's really just going to be a good primer for the area. We're going to look at some of the history of the area, some fun facts, and then I'm going to take you through around some of the highlights of things that I like that you should definitely visit. If you live here or if you are visiting LA, you should definitely come check out some stuff here. But we're not just focusing on downtown today. We are also going to be focusing on a district south of downtown called the Fashion District, which is actually where I'm parked right now and is where we're going to start. We briefly walked through the eastern edge of this last week, but we really didn't dive too deep on what's going on here. This is a very unique part of town, and I'm very excited to share a little bit of why that is. This is not a part of town that I'm super familiar with, so this will be kind of new for the both of us. Walking through the Fashion District here. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and let's see what we can find today. In the Fashion District, you will be overwhelmed by the amount of wholesale marts. So I am here on the second floor of a wholesale mart here in the Fashion District, which is pretty common in this area because this is actually the West Coast's biggest hub for fashion and apparel for wholesale retailers. So most of the shops here are not retail shops for the public, but they are what are called wholesale showrooms. So if you're a wholesale buyer, you would go into one of these, you would take a look at what kind of apparel or whatever that they offer that you want to buy, and then you have to have a specific seller's permit in order to buy there, showing that you're a retailer who's going to buy it and resell it. And then you would talk about buying them in bulk. And that's just how things are done here. Here's an example of what one such showroom looks like. The business will tell you whether it is wholesale only. If so, then you need a specific seller's permit to buy from here. There are literally thousands of these shops in the Fashion District. It's actually insane to see how much physical stuff is here, considering this is not the most popular area of the city. In fact, the district is well planned out by type of product being sold, and we're going to check out each section. We started here. This area, which we will visit also, is the main retail section of the district. You don't need a wholesale license, but the prices are still comparable. All of these showrooms offer a wide variety of apparel. This is why it is called the Fashion District. If you look closely, you will find deals like this scattered about. When in doubt, always ask if they are wholesale only. They want business after all. So as you saw, the Fashion District is built up by type of product. So now as we walk along here, we're kind of moving into textiles. So you can see there's a lot of bulk textile shops here going along. And again, most of these are going to be wholesale only. So you'll need a seller's permit in order to buy from them. This area bursts with color and is incredible fun to explore even without the intention of buying. In this example, the business clearly states that it is both wholesale and retail, meaning you can shop here as you would a retail shop. In this example, I would love to buy a new coat at wholesale price, but this shop is wholesale only, meaning I need a seller's permit. So now we're in the Flower District, which is the largest such district in the entire country. Nearly 200 wholesale flower distributors call this district home. You will find any kind of flower you can think of, and the markets smell lovely. In this example, you must present a seller's license before being allowed to enter. Most wholesale vendors here are open to public viewing, but not all of them. Some sidewalks are so densely packed with street markets that you may not even see the street. This is especially true of Santi Alley, the premier retail street market in the area.
Llaveros, carteras y bolsas de piel de cocodrilo. Compruebe nuestras mejores marcas. Wild West, King Exotic, Original Michelle, Los Altos, Becerro, El Canelo, El...
You won't beat the deals to be found here. It is lower than anything you'll find elsewhere. So we're kind of wrapped up here at the fashion district, and you can see that's it over there. And we're going to start walking a little north here to downtown. That's downtown over there. It's a little northwest. So we're going to now head in there, and you'll notice that the streets are a little wider here. The Broadway Theater District downtown is the only collection of movie palaces left in the U.S. These venues were all built between 1910 and 1930, at the peak of cinema's introduction. In fact, during its prime, it is this district which was the movie capital of the world. Since the 1980s, efforts have been made to preserve and revitalize these historic buildings. Nestled quietly inside a city block here is St. Vincent's Court. So this is St. Vincent Court, which is like a dining little shopping area, but it's very, you can see how each of the businesses here have kind of almost a movie set design to them. But if we look out, you can see that the buildings under which they are located are just normal buildings here. And then you have all these kind of colors going on. So, kind of interesting. Walking through Broadway is a must-do when visiting. It gives you an appreciation for LA's movie history that you will not find in Hollywood. We are now at Pershing Square. This used to be the original Los Angeles town square back in the city's original founding. My favorite vegan donut shop is right around the corner. I'm taking you guys north to my favorite coffee shop in downtown LA. So my favorite coffee shop in downtown LA is also not one you will accidentally run into, because as you can see, it's a really quaint little outdoor area that's hidden behind these new residential buildings here. Here is how to access it from Main and 4th. I do not know what is going on here, but whatever it is just happened. You can see the street here is closed off. And yeah, something's going on here. So here we are. You can actually hear the helicopters overhead going to whatever crime scene is located that way where we just came from. Helicopters are, yeah, you can hear it now. Can't see where it is though. The Last Bookstore on Spring and 5th is California's largest book and record store, worth a visit. So we're at Grand Avenue now. This is the sort of northwest side of downtown. So this is the more modern sort of financial district where you're going to find a lot of these sort of modern looking high-rises. And we're going to head up this way. This is basically kind of going northeast here. And we're going to check out some of the attractions that you will find on this strip. Wider and more commercially oriented, this is the financial district of downtown LA. Lots of things here. The Broad Museum, Mocha, and the Walt Disney Concert Hall in the back. Closer look at the Broad Museum. Tickets are free, but you'll need to reserve them ahead of time. Spots open on the last Wednesday of every month, and they go quick. Closer look at the Walt Disney Concert Hall. Amazing piece of architecture, featuring a variety of live symphonies. So here we are at the Music Center, and what you can observe is that the Walt Disney Concert Hall is actually just one of a variety of venues here. So we've got a ton of different theaters. This is an opera house right in front of me. And then there's like 3 or 4 different performing arts centers just right in this complex here, including a really nice forum. So that's the Music Center there, and if we turn around, we are at a decently well-maintained inner-city park called Grand Park. And it's got this really nice Christmas tree here. In the distance behind it, you can see Los Angeles City Hall. And there's a lot of cool like water features here. It's just a really nice place to walk around. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that next as we walk through here. Next, I'm walking through the park over to City Hall. Alright guys, this is LA City Hall. I showed you this last week, but we're going to take a look at it again. At the top there is an observation deck which is free to the public, so you can go in there, and that's actually going to give you a really nice view of the downtown behind us here and the different parts of it. And there's actually signs up top with some maps on it that'll tell you what all the individual buildings are in each direction. So because the observation deck is all the way around, it's 360 degrees, so you can look out in each direction and it'll tell you kind of what each of the buildings are here. So definitely a good resource. So this is One California Plaza here. We're gonna head in there and I'm gonna show you a little bit of what's inside. Sort of bounded by these two high rises. So you can see here, these are the two skyscrapers we were just looking at. And then in here, it's just a nice little complex area. There's a Starbucks in there. There's actually a bunch of little restaurants and things like that. And they do have some live venue or some live events here. I don't know too much about that, but I know they exist. You can actually see here some spotlights here and little outdoor seating. So yeah. At the top here you can see Angel's Flight coming in. This is the shortest railway in the world. And you can ride it for $1. And you just ride it to the bottom there. You can see we're a little high in elevation, so it'll just take you to the bottom. And I'll show you what the other end of that looks like as well. Here's the lower end at Hill Street. You can also take a stairway between the two. So at the bottom here, right across the street, is a huge market. This is Grand Central Market. So we're gonna walk through there. I'm gonna show you the inside of that. Grand Central Market. Opened in 1917, this is a huge food emporium offering a variety of different cuisines. So it actually keeps going here. You can see tons of space here to eat, and then there's a downstairs, or there's an upstairs here. That's Grand Avenue out there. And you go down here and you can see down here there's an area that they set up for events. So you can see here, it's closed right now to the general public, but that's kind of what's downstairs here. Once you finish up lunch here at Central Market, you'll pop out the other side, and here you have the Bradbury building you're going to want to head over and check out. And this is a building of historical significance here. Bradbury Building, featured in movies like 1982's Blade Runner. This is the oldest commercial building still standing in Central City, having opened in 1893. There are many great bars in downtown LA. My personal recommendation is a very historic choice, Clifton's Republic. Alright guys, we are now leaving downtown. We're heading back into the Fashion District, which you can see sort of starts here on my left. And yeah, it's not a far walk to my car. Today's walk was not particularly long, but there was definitely a lot of stuff to see. So if I see anything of interest on the way back that we have not already covered, I'll go ahead and show you. Golden hour at the Fashion District. Which shop will you pick? Alright guys, in the spirit of maintaining some brevity, we are going to call that the end for today. And I want to leave you guys with some notes, not just about today, but regarding these walks in general. Seeing as this is our last one of the year, there is no conceivable way that I can show you every single thing that I discover. And that's exactly the point. The goal of these walks is to give you a detailed yet still palatable introduction to various different parts of town that are around me. And in doing so, I wanted to encourage you to get out and explore the areas that are around you. You don't even have to be here in Los Angeles, wherever you live. The world is a big place, but traveling does not have to mean getting in a plane or even getting in a car for that matter. My encouragement to all of you is just to get out and explore. You'll be amazed at what you can find on your own 2 feet.